Is the Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy worth reading today? My answer is yes, but with a clear filter. It is useful as a classic self-help book about inner speech, belief, fear, and daily mental practice. It is not a medical guide, not a financial shortcut, and not a replacement for qualified professional advice. If you read it with that boundary, there is still practical value here. The book's basic idea is simple. Murphy argues that the thoughts we repeat with emotion become instructions for the deeper mind. You do not need to accept every old-fashioned claim in the book to see the practical question underneath it. What am I rehearsing inside myself every day? Am I rehearsing defeat, resentment, fear, or helplessness? Or am I rehearsing a calmer picture that makes useful action easier? That simplicity is the first strength of the book. Murphy does not give readers a complicated system. He gives them a repeatable discipline. Notice the sentence you keep accepting. Replace the destructive sentence with a healthier one. Give it emotional weight and return to it until it becomes easier to act from that state. As modern psychology, the model is too broad. As a self-observation tool, it can be valuable. The strongest low-risk practice is the bedtime suggestion. Many people end the day by replaying an argument, a fear, a failure, or tomorrow's pressure. Murphy keeps asking readers to stop handing the night to panic. Before sleep, narrow the mind around a calmer instruction. The next step is clear. The body can rest. The problem can be approached. The mind does not need to replay disaster. That is not magic. But as a nightly reset for rumination, it is practical. The second useful idea is fear rehearsal. Before a speech, exam, interview, or difficult conversation, people often run the failure version again and again. Then they say they have no confidence. Murphy's point is that inner rehearsal matters. If you only rehearse collapse, your body and attention start preparing for collapse. A better reading of the book is not to deny fear, but to rehearse steadiness while also preparing in the real world. Study for the exam. Practice the speech. Plan the conversation. Then use mental rehearsal to stop sabotaging the preparation. The third useful area is relationships and forgiveness. Murphy often treats resentment as a repeated inner order. That can be insightful. Forgiveness in a responsible reading does not mean approving harm, removing boundaries, or pretending everything was fine. It means refusing to let an old wound keep issuing commands to today's nervous system. The book is helpful when it pushes readers to notice how suspicion, resentment, and old fear can distort the same conversation again and again. Now the limitations matter. The biggest one is overclaim risk. Some of the healing and prosperity language can sound too absolute for modern readers. This book should never be used as medical advice. If there is serious illness, mental health risk, addiction, trauma, or any condition that needs professional care stays in place. A calm mind can cooperate with treatment. It does not replace treatment. That boundary is non-negotiable. The same caution applies to money. If prosperity is read as service, confidence, planning, opportunity, patience, and ethical action, the book can be useful. If it is read as, say, a sentence and money must appear, it becomes a poor and risky reading. The best version of Murphy is about disciplined belief joined to behavior. The weakest version is magical thinking without responsibility. Another limitation is repetition. The same core mechanism appears across prayer, sleep, health, wealth, relationships, fear, and aging. Some readers will find that reinforcing. Others will feel that the book says the same thing in many forms. Evidence-focused readers may not want to read every page with equal attention. They can skim for the method, keep the useful practice, and reject the claims that go beyond the evidence. So who should read it? Classic self-help readers will probably get the most from it. People dealing with negative self-talk, bedtime anxiety, fear rehearsal, low confidence, or rumination may find a practical starting point. Readers comfortable with spiritual language may also connect with Murphy's tone. Who should skim it? Readers who want a modern, evidence-based psychology book should skim with caution. They may still value the inner speech discipline, but they should not treat the framework as current science. They should extract the practice and keep their critical filter active. Who should skip it? Anyone looking for a cure, a financial guarantee, or a substitute for medical, legal, financial, or therapeutic advice should skip that reading entirely. The book is not qualified care. It is not a safety plan. It is not a promise that every life problem comes from thinking the wrong thought. My final recommendation is read it responsibly. Use it as a mirror for repeated inner speech. Ask 3 questions. What sentence am I repeating most often? What feeling does it train? What action does it make easier or harder? If the book helps you answer those questions, it has value. But keep the filter. Take the discipline of inner speech, the bedtime reset, the fear rehearsal method, forgiveness as release, and the link between belief and action. Be careful with unlimited healing promises, guaranteed prosperity language, and anything that sounds like denying reality. On that basis, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind is not a perfect book, but it is still a useful classic.